Yo, what is up, guys? So in today's video, as you can see, I'm going to be playing every single anime tower defense game I can find. I've probably played all of these already because I love these. This is what I play on Roblox. So yeah, as you can see, we're in anime adventures. Yeah, just kidding. Obviously, the game's gone. This is just a lobby of it. You can summon and stuff. But yeah, first we're gonna start with anime adventures. I might put some clips up of me playing because I have some, and or just some screenshots because. I don't know. But man, this game was a masterpiece in my opinion. Easily 10 out of 10. We're not gonna get too much into this because it doesn't exist anymore. But yeah, rip Anime Adventures, man. It was a fantastic game. Probably the best game on Roblox. But now we'll head into the first actual tower defense that is still up. Alright, now we're in what I believe is the first ever tower defense on Roblox. I could be wrong. But this is All-Star Tower Defense. I've played it a little bit. This was really the start of tower defenses, but the wave really didn't exist yet. This was just kind of the first step. This game basically crawled so Anime Adventures could run, and then yeah, every other game from there on out has been completely different. So as we're in this game, I'm gonna go through some stuff. The units, obviously, models aren't the best and stuff. Goku's not that bad, but you'll see, like, this is supposed to be hit. Like, they're very, very scared of the game getting taken down, so they changed everyone. I mean, they don't even have Gojo there anymore, so yeah, they have all this, but we'll hop into a stage real quick, and I'll show you guys what this game's like. In my opinion, not the greatest, but while we head over there, I just wanted to say sorry there hasn't been any video out in a while. I've been sick, and I had a few videos planned and one of them even done, and I didn't really like it. I don't know, it just wasn't my kind of content really, so I didn't want to put that out there. In my opinion, it just wasn't anything good enough to be published. So first I'll show off the summon, then we'll get into the thing. So I should have shown it while we were in World 2, but there's a Z banner for when you hit World 2. There's this banner, which I guess is just Evo people pretty much. The Y banner and the X banner. All these are terrible. What you really want to do is these, like a special summon, and I'll just do a single so you guys can see the animation. But those are where all the good units are going to come. And yeah, they have animations for it. The only one that I know gives you a guaranteed feature is if the Spirit Bomb is red. I don't know any other ones. I don't know if there is any other ones, but yeah, that's all I know. And 5 stars, aren't necessarily good. You really want 6 stars. And yeah, I know that this game has like a lot of spoilers, which I don't really like. So yeah, lobby not that great either. They have their own like Infinity Castle mode, which is okay. They have a World 2, which I don't see the point of. There's not anything special in World 2. But I'll go play a thing of the story just to show you guys a little bit about this game, and then I'll give my overall rating, which I'll give my overall rating of every game at the end of this. Alright, so as you can see, we're in the map, and they redid all these maps, by the way, and they still look pretty bad. Like, they looked way worse. So but they have an auto battle now, which I didn't know they had. But yeah, this game's anything. I don't even know who half these units are that I have on. Like, I don't know who this is. Oh, they got a big range, though. Are they good? Oh, that's Oshi. Why is she... Okay. Yeah. As you can see, yeah, and there's all these different types of units. Not a big fan, honestly. I do have this mount on, which is okay. But, yeah, we might lose, honestly, because I didn't know that was Oshi. I could not tell. But yeah, these units like are very fast at the beginning, and then they speed up. But yeah, I'm talking kind of bad about the game, but I will get into some positives in a sec. Because there are some things that this game did well, which obviously I said one of them, which was really... I believe they were the first tower defense. I know they were the first anime tower defense, but I believe they were just the first tower defense on Roblox. So yeah, they kind of started a whole wave, but yeah, it's pretty much it for the gameplay. I'll place Unohana because she's kind of new once I get enough money just to show you guys. But yeah, nothing crazy. And then, yeah, you can read all the typings they have up here and stuff. So, yeah, nothing that wild. Yeah, that's Unohana. She's pretty good. So, yeah, pretty simple. That's the gameplay. So I'll show you guys some positives about this game and what makes this game good and the reason why people still play it. Alright, now that we're back in the lobby, I can show you guys some of the stuff that I think makes this game good. The infinites are fun and they give you good things to do. This ticket thing is kind of pointless, but I think, honestly, the best thing about this game is they have this thing called orbs, which basically makes certain units stronger. Especially if a unit's like old, they can just give them an orb and they'll become stronger. So I like that a lot, but in my opinion, there's not much to enjoy about this game if I'm going to be completely honest. Its player base as well is kind of fallen off very hard. Its average is about 2,000 players now, which is still good, but yeah, nowhere near what it used to be because it has billions of visits. And this game updates like 3 times a year. At least it has this year. It's updated twice this year so far, and it's November. So yeah, they've kind of given up, I feel, and they definitely have had some like sellout updates. Like they did have a I think it was Byakugan update, which is cool. Like it's not bad to have that as an update, but it was like a paid event, so it was just kind of scummy, I feel. But all right, we're gonna move into the next tower defense really quickly, and yeah, go through everything. All right, so the next tower defense we have here is called Anime Last Stand, which I believe was the first tower defense or real tower defense to drop after Anime Adventures shut down. This game was pretty much a cash grab at first. It was ran by YouTuber you may know, Blamspot, or as many people like to call him in the community, Lame Spot. He did a lot of bad things with this game. He tried to use Akira Toriyama's death for money. I believe I said that right. Sorry if I didn't. They have a Halloween event right now, but basically when this game came out, it was fun the first week, and then as it kept updating, it was like, wow, this game is shit. It's a cash grab. I remember they released a bundle that was like, I want to say it was like $70-$80 or something ridiculous, and it gave you nothing good. Like, it was just pure cash grab. Now, I believe those bundles still exist. I could be wrong. Yeah, these are really expensive. So yeah, they do have really big bundles, but at least it was this bundle. It was, yeah, originally 25,000 Robux, and it's still here, by the way, but they just made it cheaper. I don't know why. But yeah, this stuff is really, really expensive, which is one thing I don't like about the game, is that stuff is very expensive. But we're in World 2 right now. There's really no point for me to go to World 1, but I'll explain some things about that and what's good and what's bad about this game. Now, the best thing about this game, which I'll give it credit for, but first, before I get into that, I realized I forgot to explain. Blamspot no longer owns the game. They sold it to the boss who runs many other games on Roblox. So he's kind of helped fix it, but in my opinion, this game is still not anything crazy good. Right now, they have a Halloween event, but what I think is good about this game, and I think a lot of people would agree, is that it updates all the time, which is great. I think it has an update every 2 weeks, and they've been pretty consistent on that ever since the boss bought the game. So they've had an update every 2 weeks. So if you want a game with fast updates, then it's perfect for you. But this game also has some problems as well. Now, this one isn't so much as a problem, but it's kind of more preference. This game is very, very grindy. It is probably the grindiest tower defense. Which the only one that's also really grindy is probably All-Star Tower Defense, which is what game we just came from. So yeah, this game is also very grindy. It's probably the most grindy tower defense, which I personally don't like. I like having a fun grind and an optional grind, but it's not optional in this game, which I'll get into in a second. But first, I'll explain. World 1 kind of got ruined because, that's where the game came out. So they decided to make a World 2. So this is pretty much where you'll be once you get past the beginner stuff, because this is everything you need to do. Now, obviously, they have the bundles in the shop here. They have a gold shop, which is nice, like a lot of tower defenses have. They have Spirit Shard, because you need shards to evolve everybody, which I'll get into. This is a World 2 thing for Godlies and stuff and Souls to help out, which Godlies are the best units in the game, which I have one right there with the best trait in the game. And yeah, they have raids. Their raids are pretty simple. They just added clans, which I haven't really used yet. And they have a play area, challenge area, and they have this thing called Elemental Caverns, which I'll get into as well when we talk about evoing units. They have their own Infinity Castle. And they have 3 different banners, which I don't see the point of. Now, 2 of these were here on launch, so I think they wanted to make their own to make better units a little easier to get. Like, you could get secrets from this, so yeah, I definitely understand it. And then obviously they have all the basic stuff here, like rerolls and everything. But now we'll get into kind of the gameplay of this and why I say it's grindy. So, sorry, excuse me. For example, if I wanted to evo a unit like Diavolo, right? This is an easy evo, by the way. This is one of the easiest evos in the game, at least in World 2. And here's what you have to do. You have to have the unit, 12 legendary spirit shards, which in the Halloween event, they're easy to get, but there's no way to grind shards. Like, no consistent way to grind shards. Because you can get them from challenges, but you could AFK it for a whole night and get 0 legendary or 0 mythic shards, which are way more valuable. But, or you could get 20. You know, it's, so there's no real way to grind these, which sucks. And then Essence is pretty much the same thing. But it's way easier to get because you can get it guaranteed, but it still takes a while, and it's pretty hard to solo unless you've been playing for a while or you just absolutely love grinding. And so it takes not that much essence, right? Until you go look at the cell phone, which I don't know why you have to craft, because you craft it with essence, and it takes a lot of essence. And that's an easy one. And this would take you probably about 2 to 3 hours just to evo one unit if you have absolutely nothing. Actually, with the shards, this may take you up to a day to get those amount of shards. And I don't mean like a day as in like your average day of playing, like maybe 8 hours. Like, I mean 24 hours. Get stopped trying to trade me to get this up. And that is an easy evo, which is my problem with the game. Let me see if I can find one that's harder. I'm going to just keep looking until... It's also, there's some quality of life stuff. Like, you can't evo a unit that's locked. Like, if I try to evo them, it's like, you must unlock it. They also can't be in your party. So it's kind of annoying. I'm trying to find one that's not an event unit because... the event units are a little bit easier to evo. Does Sakari have an evo? Yeah, but his is not that bad. Alright, let's look at Quincy King, which I don't have evoed. So, the item, not hard to get, right? And as you can see, I have most of this stuff. Now, here's the issue. Cosmic Essence is just essence crafted with all of them. So, not that hard. Again, that's just a long grind, though. It's going to take about 2 hours to get all the essence you need for this. But the problem is the mythic shards. There's no way to grind mythic shards, and they are so impossible to get that it just is so annoying. And then, I mean, you can get them in the battle pass and stuff, but everything just takes forever. And if you want to get a godly, like, let me show you the challenges for these. You can go to the godly trials. Like, this is Pride, the very first one. You have to get the original Pride, who's only an epic, so that's easy, fine. You have to get Wrath, which is from a story. You have to get Mana Greed, which you have to summon. You have to get Harley Quinn, which you can get from either the story or summoning, I believe, but it might just be summoning as well. Those aren't hard, except this one's a drop, but it didn't take me that long. Then you have to complete 25 stages of Hogtown Act 6 Purgatory, which is the hardest difficulty, which isn't hard if you have good units. But if you don't, obviously you can't do it. Reach 100, you cannot do this by yourself for the most part. I mean, you can now if you have all the new units evoed, but how would you... If you had all the new units evoed, why would you even be going for this? Then you have to get 30,000 kills on them, which isn't hard. 500 fire essence isn't hard. That's not hard to find. This is the hard part. You need the Glyph of Pride, and you need some other stuff, which you make that in the Divine Crafter. I feel like I'm taking a little while in this game, so I'm going to go quick. There's just a lot, which is kind of my point. You have to make one of these, which is 25 Mythic Shards. You have to make one of these, which is 10. Then you have to fill this, which you have a 1% chance from bosses to get that. And then you have to make this. Do you understand how long this would take if you had nothing? This would take weeks. Weeks. And just for them to drop another one in 2 weeks. Because I have this, and it took me probably about 2 to 3 weeks. Well, there's another update out, another godly out, and then you have to do that, and then it's like, so it gives you stuff to do, but it is so grindy. And if you somehow have free time, just go get mythic shards, because that's the number one thing you can do. But I'll show you guys some gameplay. I'll just hop into Hogtown real quick. The gameplay is not that bad, but the UI is pretty bad in my opinion, and they had a better one when the game was out. Like the game looked a lot better, and I don't know, they downgraded for some reason. But yeah, the maps aren't bad. The units aren't bad and stuff, but yeah, the gameplay is not that bad. It's just super grindy, and I think it kind of almost makes nothing fun because you just start grinding the whole time. And there's no real competitive mode. You might have saw they had a leaderboard, but I believe that's only for the newest story, Infinite and Infinity Castle. So there's no like tournament things, or you can't do them for any Infinite. It's just the new one. So in my opinion, kind of boring. There's no shinies in the game. You can't grind for shinies, so you're just kind of grinding for the new best unit every time, and it takes forever, and then you don't really get to show off your use of it. As well as traits are almost pointless, but not pointless, because you cannot complete a single mission if you don't have at least Overlord, which is the trait my Gojo and Benimaru has. You can't complete anything. It is not possible at all. And this is Rukia, who has avatars. You can see they have the avatar thing, and I'll place Pride, who is glitched. They have cool cosmetics and stuff, but yeah, you can't complete a single thing without those traits. Now, they're not hard to get, but they make it useless, right? Like, everything in this game is kind of just a useless grind, which is why I don't really like it. But if you like that, then you would like this game, because they update all the time. You have stuff to do. It's just, in my opinion, it's kind of lame. But yeah, I realized I forgot to rate All-Star. All-Star, I'd give a 4 out of 10, just because the gameplay is really bad. The maps are really bad. Everything's bad except that it was the original. And that's what all 4 points are going to. And the orbs, I like the orbs. So 1 point for the orbs, 3 for it being the original, because it is the only reason we got a game like Anime Adventures and so many of these other tower defenses. But yeah, we're going to move on from this one. I spent a long time on this because there's so much in this game. It is the biggest grindy one, so it's not going to take long to explain. So it's going to take long to explain, sorry. The rest of them will be a lot quicker. Last Stand, I would give a 6 out of 10. I don't think it's terrible, but it's not great. Alright, next we have Ultimate Tower Defense. Not a very popular one. Like I said, I've played a lot of these. This one has more than just anime characters, but this game is just... I didn't even know they still updated it, but clearly they do. Yeah, this isn't going to take long to explain. This one is, I mean, I see they have an event, but as far as when I played, everything was kind of just... It's almost like a, imagine a template. This is just a template, because nothing really looks that great. There's nothing unique about it other than that there's, like, other characters and stuff, which I thought was the coolest thing. And, yeah, nothing crazy. There's no point to show gameplay on this. It's pretty much the same as everything. There's nothing unique. They've had a lot of updates, as you can see, 37 of them, but... yeah, I just think there's nothing special. I think the graphics are really what's holding this game back, and something that makes it really unique. So that's going to be pretty quick. I will give it a 5 out of 10, though, because I did enjoy playing it for a little bit, but it's definitely not something to replay. Alright, now as you can tell, we are going... not really in order, because I don't remember when these all came out, and there's probably some I'm going to forget, because a lot of them have fallen off. But as you can see, we are here on Anime Royale, which this game really had no build-up, I feel. It's not a bad game at all, which I'll get into, but this game kind of had no hype. I feel like there was nothing really shown about this game, which kind of made it not as popular. I know Jonas made a video on it, but no one else really did anything, so yeah. I'll get started with this game has their own unique visuals. They shot themselves in the foot because their first ever update was Sword Art, so no one played it. They have a unique thing called Rifts. Their lobby is nice, which this is a new lobby, by the way. They have a thing called Rifts where they randomly pop up, except that one because it's a community one, but Rifts randomly pop up where you could join and get rewards. I don't know what this is. This is new. They added a battle pass. Okay. An Attack on Titan battle pass, which is the update right now. They have challenges for rerolls. They have a merchant where you can buy stuff, which is nice. And yeah, you can summon in here. I'll just do one because that's all I really can do. They have 2 different banners. And yeah, their summon's a little slow, but I don't have a problem with that. The models are cool. The traits are alright. You can roll stats here. This is a Halloween event. I guess there's a bundle there. They have curses, just like AA did. Their unique thing is really the rifts, and their gameplay is pretty good too. I'll show some gameplay real quick if I can. Yeah, this is kind of what the gameplay looks like. It's not bad. The maps aren't bad, and the units aren't bad. Oh, I do not have effects on. I'll turn those on so everyone can see. They're decent, right? Like, the game is really not that bad. I think what holds this game back, really, is that they don't really promote anything, if I had to be honest. And I feel like they don't really listen to the community on, like, update content, because who wants a Sword Art update? You know, they had a Halloween update, which was great for them, but I feel like they're just kind of doing what they want to do, which isn't necessarily bad, but some of the stuff just hasn't been working. And I don't think their grind is as worth it, just because stuff scales so ridiculously already. It's kind of dumb. Like, there's no point to summon for any of these units I have if you could just go bum into a Halloween event with somebody and pull one of the units, because they're 10 times better than everyone, even with good traits. Like, this Madara has Warlord or whatever, which makes him good. So, yeah, this unit manager is not from this game, so I'm not going to talk about it much, because they're not the originator of it, but it is cool. You could use it in here. But yeah, it's pretty simple. I feel like this game is good. I feel like it's almost incomplete in terms of what people are looking for now. Especially with people want AA. They want that feeling of AA back. So you have to bring that, you know, and this game just doesn't have it yet. And so people want a finished game right away. And I feel like this game didn't bring that right away. It's pretty close to it now, but yeah, people want a finished game right away, so it's a little rough now with the community we have. But overall, I'd give Anime Royale 7 out of 10. Alright, next we have Anime Defenders, which somehow has 50,000 people on it. This game's sold out. It's clearly obvious when you load in. You're doing a Red 1 update in an anime game. Completely sold out. Their cosmetics are cool. I'll give them that. And see, look, they even have ads. That is crazy. I guess they have a raid for it. I haven't played this in forever, but I have a couple of the secrets and stuff, so I can explain it pretty easily. When this game came out, it appeared to be the replacement for Anime Adventures, because I'm not gonna lie, when it came out, it was the best thing we've seen from any tower defense yet. Right? And I'll show, and it was pretty obvious, at least to me, that this game was gonna crash after the first update. I realized that this game was not going to last long, and I'll tell you why exactly. So, as you can see, we have all these units. Can you tell who any of them are? Maybe some. Like, you see Pink Rockstar, and you're like, okay, that might be Bochi. Right? Who is Aether Knight? I'll tell you, this is supposed to be Yuno. Don't know how. This is supposed to be Igneal. Or, is that his name? I don't remember. This is Hikari. This is a dude from Solo Leveling. This is Muzan, by the way. Natsu, like these Katakuri, these are really, really bad. Because they are so afraid of the game getting taken down. Which, by the way, this is the same Battle Pass. This Battle Pass hasn't changed. This has been here for like 4 or 5 updates now. But I will tell you the biggest problem with this game, and that is trading. There's ancient rarity now, apparently, but you can get all this. I don't know. I don't even know how to summon with all that, but yeah. The gameplay in this game is great, actually, and the models look fine, even though you can't really tell who anyone is. But we get into a problem with raids where the raids aren't open all the time, which is dumb, which I think they are now. But what killed this game is definitely trading, and I will explain that now. I realized when the game came out and they first made the first tradable units that this game was going to fall. Because this game promotes botting, which I don't think it's necessarily bad to have an alt, but botting's completely different. In order to do anything in this game, you have to have a secret. You have to have a secret, which isn't fair because they're hard to get. You can't do anything with a mythic. You just can't. At least not in World 1. Which is why they made a World 2, which I'll explain after. But the reason trading ruined this is so simple, because you can trade for gems. You can trade 4 gems, and you can put stuff up for set price. It's like a market. Rather than being like, oh, I'll trade you this unit for this unit. And you can trade pretty much every secret, even if it's still available. And here's how that hurt it. Because they promoted botting in a way of that if you AFK on many different accounts, you can just keep replaying over and over again and get a ton of gems. And you can trade the gems to yourself. So if you're trading thousands of gems to yourself to trade, eventually the price is going to keep going up and up and up. Like, I can head in here, I guarantee you I can't afford a single secret with 17,000 gems. Which is a lot. Because when the game came out, the secrets were going for like 300k. I guarantee you I can't afford a thing in here. Which I think a lot of people... Like, look at trait crystals. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. But I think a lot of people, you know, complained about this, which it totally makes sense. And, so what they did was they made an entirely new world where you can't trade all that stuff and everything. And overall, at that point, the game was dead. I mean, all 50,000 people are still bots. I mean, look at that. 25 million. Look, even the mythics, 20k for a mythic. Like an Evo mythic 200. Like, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. And obviously, like 20,000 trait rerolls, you should not be able to get that. But this game is bought. When you bought the game, you're able to get all this crap. So... yeah, everything is completely inflated. I can't even afford a mythic. That's how bad it is. And they killed their game with that, because the only way you can do stuff is with that, and you can't trade for it or anything, and you can't earn it yourself. So the game is bad. I'm not even going to bother showing gameplay, because this game shot itself in the foot. There's no point. Giving it a 2 out of 10, honestly. It was so good when it came out. One of the best games when it dropped, and it's hurt itself so bad. 2 out of 10. Alright, next we're going to move on to Anime World Tower Defense, which this game was actually out before AA even shut down. So this game's kind of an OG. It came out after Anime Adventures, like it was still young when the game shut down, but yeah, this game came out a long time ago, so it didn't really have the stress of the community beating down on it. I will say, though, this game is confusing. And I think that's what hurts it. It's confusing. It is also very grindy. There's no real meta. The graphics aren't that good, and they completely ruined the lobby. This lobby's not bad, but the first lobby they had was beautiful. They got rid of it and just put us in some bland-ass, like, just space station. And this one's not bad, and they have tournaments and stuff now. Like, they're trying to make this game better. But there's one big problem with it. And that's they have one developer, or like one main developer, and she has school and she's got sick. Obviously everybody gets sick, and so yeah, the game never really updates on time. And this game is kind of similar to like Dokkan Battle, where you have a leader skill and you run teams and stuff, which I like, but it's just everything is really confusing, and the teams don't really matter as far as I know, unless if maybe the weekly challenges have a certain team you have to use, but nothing even tells you to use a certain team. Yeah, there's not even a category boost here. So yeah, I don't even know if it's working either. So yeah, it's just, the game's really confusing. It could have potential with better graphics and if they actually hired some more devs, but yeah, in my opinion, just not that great. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10, though. Alright, next we have a game that many people may not know about, which is Anime Fantasy. This game came out relatively quickly after AA shut down. And I don't know why. The lobby normally looks a lot better. And I have a luck pot active. That's so weird. Yeah, there's nothing really wrong with this game. I thought it had good, unique units. It had unique traits. It had pretty much everything. It even had an event when the game launched. But they didn't update it again. It never got another update. So, you know, it averaged about like 5,000, 6,000 players a day, which is pretty good, right? I'll show you guys a summon animation, but I don't know. They just never updated it again. I couldn't tell you why. Maybe something happened. I was in the Discord and they just never said anything. Like, this game never got another update. So yeah, not even much to say here. I'm gonna have to give this a 1 out of 10. It was fun for the week that it was out, but they did nothing with it. So, all right, now we have a game called Multiverse Defenders, which has a similar issue to Anime Royale in the sense that it's almost like Anime Royale mixed with anime fantasy. This game, when it came out, just did not feel complete at all. It just felt like there was like 2 story modes or 3, and that was it. Like, raids weren't even open yet, which they are now. But they told you had to hit level 30. I have finished the story 3 or 4 times, and I'm not even level 10. So, yeah, I think, and I guess this was added to just be a money grab because, yeah, this game also never really received any updates. They had 4 updates, I guess, but never really added anything. So, even now, I wonder how much story is even there. Okay, there's a good bit, but yeah, there was 2, and I think I must have played the first update, but yeah, overall, I'm going to give it a 2 out of 10. They had unique units, but yeah, nothing crazy. Now, there are only 2 tower defenses I really know that are left. There's another one, but I, for some reason, just cannot find it. I don't know why. It was like a superhero one. I just cannot remember what it was called. But it was awesome. And then they, again, also didn't update. And then they decided that after not updating for a while, they were going to drop an update. And it was an April Fool's update that had absolutely nothing in it. So yeah, they just kind of cucked over everybody. And I wouldn't even say it's a cash grab. There's nothing really to buy. It was just yeah, not the best. Also ignore those games down there. I was curious, okay. Alright, but now we have Anime Vanguards, a newer game, averages quite a lot of players on it. And yeah, I'll give my honest opinions. This is probably, or at least when it came out, I would say this was probably the best tower defense on release. However, like all tower defenses seem to do, this game has crashed. It still has a lot of players on it, but I'm just going to go over the bad. I'm going to be completely honest, because there's a lot good about this game, but I don't want anyone to play this, because they have known kid touchers, pedophiles on their dev team. And so, yeah, I just don't. This game doesn't deserve anything really, especially as well. They just are absolutely horrible at getting updates out, especially because they were dealing with some issues regarding the pedo allegations, which seemed to be true. And so they were like, yeah, we can't drop this update because we're busy dealing with that, which makes no sense. It's just bullshit. It's all bullshit. And they've said this for every update, that they're dealing with something. They're dealing with something. They can't get it out. And I'm going to explain what happens. They say they can't get the update out. The first update, I think, came on time, but it was a mini update. So it's like, okay. You know, alright. Whatever. Which it was boring. It was Demon Slayer. Who gives a shit? And then the first update gets delayed because of that. They were like, oh, well, we can't do it because we're addressing all of these issues and stuff. And it's like, well, that does not take long. That takes like 15 minutes. Like, and the stuff they addressed, like, it takes you 15 minutes to get. So yeah, just ridiculous. And then when that came out, the update wasn't even complete because it was a JJK update. And you have, for example, Itadori did not have an Evo, and they're like, oh, he'll be a part of a Halloween update. So it's like, okay, cool. Halloween comes by, no update. And then they're like, then they make up some other bullshit excuse like, Oh, we just have to spend the time making sure it's the best update ever. And then they drop an update. And you want to know what it has? One unit. It took them 3 weeks for one unit. And then they're like, oh, don't worry, we have the other one coming, which is another small half update. And it's still not here. It's late again. It's just excuses after excuses after excuses after excuses. And it's ridiculous. Now, I will only give it credit for its innovation. I'm not going to talk about anything else. They have level milestones, which they're the first to do, which is great. They had unit manager they're first to do, which is great. They have a thing called Ascensions, which they're the first to do, but that's not great. It sucks. It's stupid. And they were the first people to do Index as well. But I'm not going to get into that because this game does not deserve any credit. And before we get into the last game, though, what's your guys' favorite tower defense? If it is Vanguards and I just shit-talked it, I'm completely sorry, but it deserves it in my opinion. But yeah, Jesus, I saved the best for last. But let me know what your guys' favorite all-time is, if it's AA still, which is obviously mine, even though it's gone. But yeah, as well, if I missed any, I know I missed some, but I don't think I missed any notable ones. I think all the ones that I missed are pretty under the radar. All right, and now we're on the final game here. We have Anime Reborn. This game just dropped. I don't even think, no, it's about a week ago now, because I had early access. I'm a early bird. I got to play the game early. This is the best tower defense on release so far. Now, I got to see what they do with the updates, because they could screw it over, but I have a lot of faith in this game. In my opinion, this game not only was the hype deserved, but I feel like it's in trustworthy hands. Now, obviously, that could go wrong, but I feel like it is in trustworthy hands, being that it's ran by a bunch of familiar faces. Like, I'll tell you the people that, I mean, Moz King's the owner. You got Jonas as an owner, Martimer's an owner, Nag, Sebi, Toad Boy, Vanilla. These are all people that own the game. These are people that have played every tower defense that's came out. They have to know something, right? So, and so far, I believe they do. This game has been so fun to grind. This has been the most fun grind, in my opinion, since Anime Adventures. Yeah. I absolutely enjoy it. But yeah, let's get into the game and what makes it so good. So, first, I'll go over models. The models look great. Let's look at Broly, for example. That's great. The only thing, maybe the hair could be a little better, but overall, the characters, like Goku's, like, yeah, I just wish Broly's had the definition like Goku's, because Goku has a fantastic model. Yeah, they have unique characters like Odin in the game. They have fan favorites like Goku. Broly is unique as well. In one way, they have Mihawk, who's not been a mythic in any game as far as I'm aware. Again, great models. This is the exclusive unit, which is Tanjiro. Honestly, pretty good unit, not gonna lie. They have legendaries like Rock Lee. I mean, what game has Rock Lee been in? None. I mean, that's what I'm saying. They drop codes all the time as well, which is great. And of course, this is a secret unit. 21, which I'll explain how to get that in a sec. And Evo units have 2 passives. So as you can see, this is one of Broly's, which is a attack boost, and the other one is a range boost. And only secrets right now have cosmetics, which I don't think shiny mythics do, but I wish they did too. But yeah, I'm running the 21 cosmetic right now, as you can see. But yeah, let's get straight into what makes this game so good. You have challenges here, which obviously this is how you get stuff. You get these stones, which are used to evolve units depending on their typing, because they all take their typing required, well, except 21. But like if you go to Mihawk, he's a wind. He takes wind stones to evo. And they all take their type except Broly. For some reason, Broly takes wind, even though he's fierce. I don't know why, but yeah. And then let's see what else you have. You have star challenges here as well. It's the same system as Anime Adventures with star fruits, but they're pretty easy to grind because they have 4 different challenges to pick from. And then you have redstones, which I'll show what those are for, and keys, which are basically for stat potential reroll. Now the lobby looks great, the units look great, and I'll show gameplay. This is the gold shop that resets every 12 hours. And if it says no stock, that just means it's not in the shop. It doesn't mean like people bought it out, just to be clear. And you can buy all the EVO items. You can even buy VIP if you want. Now, this will take forever. I'm not going to lie, not worth it. VIP is like $3. So, yeah, it's just so much worth to buy it with real money. But, you know, you do you if you want to be free to play. And here's the codes, obviously. Great. I'll show off the EVOs. I'm just going to circle and we'll end with play. So to Evo, you just go up here, press E on it, pretty simple. And let's just say Mihawk, for example, I need the cross necklace and 40 sky shell dials. So we'll go here into crafting and see I need the cross necklace. So I need 16 green stars, 12 more red, 2 rainbow, and 26 more windstones, right? I have the purple stars though, so not too bad. It costs a little bit of gold, but that's easy to get. Now we'll move on. They have level rewards as well. They took a lot of the good stuff from Vanguards and moved it into this game, which is great because this game is not run by a bunch of idiots. And so yeah, you get rewards for every level. And I mean, I thought it capped at level 100, but that's not even true. If you go past, like, look at how much you're getting per level. Like, that's crazy. I don't think I have any trait rerolls, so I can't show you a reroll, but yeah, these are the basic ones. You have Warrior, Agile, and Sniper. Those are basic. Then you get into the legendary traits: Exploder, Anubis. You can read these if you want. Archer, Potential, and Wealth. And I like Wealth in this game because that's like their golden. But it's good if you get it on units that aren't money units because it gives you 25% more money per kill. So it's not just for money units. Then you got the Mythical One Slayer, which is good. I'm not going to read them all. You can pause it and read it. You got Heavenly, Demon, Ethereal, and then you have 2 secret traits, which is Paladin and Miracle. But what's cool about Miracle is if you get a random buff to this trait as well. This trait's already amazing, and then you get one of these as well. The only bad one is dot damage if it's on a non-DOT unit, but the other 3 are completely fine. And then they have the index as well, where you can look at all the characters stuff, and then we can summon, but there's where you stat reroll. It's the same as every other game. And the summon animation, you can make it fast. It's normally pretty slow, so that's why you saw mine right there is pretty fast. They have a pity. It does reset when you pull a mythic. But yeah, I don't think it's too bad. And then you have the alchemy table here, which is where the redstones come into use. You can create potions that give you a shiny boost. This gives you a drop boost, which is how I got 21. This gives you luck just to pull a mythic. This gives you more XP. So yeah, pretty cool. You can craft potions. You don't have to pay for them only, but you can pay for them, obviously. And then they have a leaderboard, which I don't know if there will be leaderboard units. I'm assuming there is. So yeah, not going to look into that too much, but they have mounts coming soon, apparently. But let's get straight into the gameplay. I'm going to show you how good these maps look and how good the game looks and everything. What's a good map to show off? Let's show off Wano because it's unique. I mean, Skypiea is unique too, but I think a lot of people would like to see Wano. I would like to hear your guys' opinions on this game. I think it's great. I think it has the highest chance of succeeding. But I'll talk about some of those other games that could come in and have a big impact as well. So yeah, I think a lot of people would like to see 21, so I'll place 21 when I get the money because, you know, it's just it's a cool character. It's a secret. Not a lot of people will get it, so yeah. And I'll do Tundra as well since it's exclusive, and Broly because I have Broly evoed. So yeah. Oops, wrong thing. I should have went in Infinite to really show it off, but yeah, this isn't a unit thing. I'll place Tundra now so you can take care of these early enemies. As you can see here, it has everything. It has button keys. There's if you press Z, there's star challenges to give you rerolls, which is awesome. If you press T, it's a unit manager, which is great. But yeah, you have all the stats here. In their button place, you can. Oh, I need to turn on the animation so you guys can see. I have them turned off because we were doing what's it called? We were grinding and it was getting a little bit laggy in the infinites because we had so much stuff. But yeah, the animations for Tundra are pretty cool. We'll place down 21 so you guys can see that as well. She boosts range. That's what her passive is. She boosts her own range and everything in her range gets a boost. So her animations are cool. I actually haven't seen these yet because when I pulled her, I had them off and I still haven't turned them back on. But yeah, pretty cool. And then we'll place down Broly just to show a little bit. Who is hybrid on placement, by the way? Look at what Broly can do. Okay, the first one's just a jump, nothing crazy. Yeah, that's gonna be it for this game. Now, Reborn, it's too early to tell if this game's gonna be great or not. We're gonna have to see after an update or two. But so far, with community feedback, with codes, and with how fun the game is to grind right now, which I will be grinding for Kaido, I will say this game gets a solid 8.5 out of 10 as of now. Now, keep in mind, this game just released, so who knows? But before we end it there, I'm going to talk about some potential games that are coming out as well. We have a game called Universal Tower Defense, which apparently says they are dropping soon, which I'll have to show the Discord for this. Just ignore background, I guess. I mean, I could full screen it. Let's full screen, and yeah, this game looks cool too. Their models are pretty cool. Who knows if this is going to be good? They've dropped a lot of sneaks and stuff. So that's their Planet Namek. I don't know. I really don't know if this game will be good. We'll have to see. These are the effects, which I realized I've never seen. That's actually sick. Those are really cool effects. Yeah, this game might be really good. IZ is a great... IZ and Volo, because Volo owns Royale, and IZ owns does he own Royale as well? Sorry, I'm getting a little... Yeah, they both own Royale, so they already have a game out in this as well. So, and I think Royale's good, but I think Royale's kind of a test for this game because this one looks to have a lot better graphics, but not gonna get in that. We have Pocket. I don't really want to talk about Pocket Anime because it's not really a tower defense, so we'll move on from that. We have Anime Odyssey, which I don't really know what to say about this game. So, if anyone played this game when it dropped originally, it was kind of a nightmare. I enjoyed it. It brought back those feelings of Anime Adventures. This is a remake, by the way. And it's always been a remake. I saw people complain about when the release trailer dropped, because it's in early access right now. People were like, wow, this looks just like Anime Adventures, blah, blah, blah. But that's what it is. So if you don't want that, fine. But I really give this game a low chance. There's just been some stuff with the owner, which there is another owner now, and he's kind of helped a lot. I'd say there's just been a lot of road bumps along the way with this game, so it's kind of scary because it's also a remake. And so with a remake, you got to be very spot on. And then as well, when you have a shaky development along the way, it can also hurt it. So it looks cool though. But I would say, yeah, I'm just a little worried about that. I hope it succeeds, but I think its chance of succeeding is a lot lower than Reborn. Reborn, I'd give like 80% chance just to stay around forever because it's pretty good. And last one we have Anime Realms, which this game kind of recently just like burst on the scene. There's not many sneaks at all, but yeah, this game has an amazing dev team. They're really funny. They're really great. They have a lot of unique stuff, and their game is kind of like... It's not a remake, but it's very heavily inspired by Anime Adventures, which in my opinion is a good thing. So yeah, I don't know if y'all agree with that, but yeah, this is just some of the stuff they have, and hopefully these are good. I'll try to make videos on these when they come out if you guys want, but yeah, that'll be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. Leave any suggestions down below. Again, sorry for not uploading. Just a lot going on, so yeah, hope y'all enjoyed and have a good one.